Have you ever locked eyes with someone, and for a moment the world just stopped? No words, no smile, just silence, and something deep passing between you. A feeling, a spark, a question you couldn't quite explain. Psychologists and thinkers across generations have tried to decode moments like these. Carl Jung believed that the eyes could reflect the soul, a mirror of the unconscious. Gabor Mate would see that silent gaze as a window into hidden emotion, unspoken trauma. Esther Perel might call it the dance of intimacy, a moment of psychological tension or invitation. And Jordan Peterson? He'd say eye contact can be a test of truth, of confidence, of presence in the face of vulnerability. But what does that moment mean to you? Is it attraction, curiosity, or something deeper? Today we're diving into the quiet language of eye contact, not as a trick or social move, but as a window into the parts of us we rarely show. From the moment we're born, we seek out eyes. We don't just want to look, we want to be seen. When someone holds your gaze, something shifts beneath the surface. The emotional part of your brain, the limbic system, lights up. Your attention sharpens, and without a single word, a connection begins. Sometimes your brain even releases oxytocin, the chemical that builds trust and emotional closeness. So when it feels electric, it's not just in your head, it's in your biology. And the most fascinating part, it's often not planned. They may not even realize they're doing it, but their body does. When someone feels drawn to you, their gaze changes. It softens, slows down, and becomes more intentional. Even if they don't realize it, they don't force it. There's no pressure, just presence. Their eyes linger gently, not to invade your space, but to meet you in it. You might notice their pupils dilate. Their expression eases as if their guard drops. Even if just for a second, they seem more open, more alive, like something inside them just turned toward you. They may blink slower, their breathing might shift, and their body language becomes a mirror, subtly syncing with yours. Their eyes seem to say, "I see you. I feel something here," not in words, but in energy. It's not loud, it's not planned, it's just real. Sometimes eye contact is a quiet test, not in a harsh or calculating way, but in a soft and silent question. Can I feel you here? It's not about dominance, it's about sensing something, a kind of emotional radar. They hold your gaze, not for the sake of power, but to see what exists between you in that silent space. They want to know, will you meet them there? Will your eyes hold still or drift away? Will you smile, freeze, or let something deeper rise between you? It's less about what you do and more about what your energy says back. Sometimes the response is mutual, like a breath shared between two souls. Other times, it's a pause, filled with curiosity and unanswered questions. In that moment, eye contact becomes a bridge, not just between two people, but between what's known and what's still being discovered. It's not about looking, it's about feeling and being felt in return. Then there's a kind of eye contact that doesn't ask questions, but holds answers too fragile to speak. You feel it. A quiet ache beneath the surface, like something inside them wants to reach out, but can't quite find the words. Maybe they're unsure, maybe it's not the right time. Maybe they've carried these feelings longer than they care to admit. But their eyes, they stay, they hesitate, hovering just long enough to suggest there's more feeling, more meaning, more truth than the moment can carry. You see their gaze soften, not with fear, but with a kind of silent permission. I won't say it, but I want you to see it. This kind of eye contact is slow. It doesn't rush. It lingers like the final note of a song that meant something. And in that space, a story unfolds between you. One made of memories not yet made, longing not yet spoken, and emotion too vulnerable to name. Their lips may stay closed, their body may stay still, but their eyes are speaking with the voice of the heart. And sometimes that says more than language ever could. Not every gaze feels warm. Not every look is about connection. Sometimes, eye contact isn't a bridge, but a boundary being crossed. There are moments when a stare isn't a gesture of interest, but a tool of control. It's not about being seen. It's about being watched, cold, still, calculated. This kind of eye contact doesn't feel like an invitation. It feels like a test you never agreed to take. A silent pressure where every second you hold their gaze feels wrong. It can be used to dominate, to make you shrink inward, to silence your instincts, to confuse closeness with compliance. Your nervous system feels it before your mind does. You don't feel open, you feel closed. Your chest tightens, your breath shallows, your body pulls away even if you don't move. That's how you know. True connection feels grounding. Even when intense, it carries a sense of safety. It doesn't demand, it invites. It doesn't consume your energy, it meets it. But red flag eye contact, it's different. It lingers not because they care, but because they want control. So how do you tell the difference? Pay attention to the energy behind the eyes. Look beyond the stare. What's the rest of their body doing? Are their shoulders relaxed? Is their face soft, present, human? Or do they feel rigid, like they're holding something back or trying to force something forward? Is their silence calming, or does it make you feel small? Because here's the truth. Real connection never comes with fear. Not emotional fear, not physical discomfort, not silent tension that makes your body whisper no while your mind stays polite. Trust your gut. It remembers what your mind may try to rationalize, and if something feels off, even if you can't explain it, it probably is. Sometimes it's not the eye contact itself that reveals their feelings. It's what happens around it, the small involuntary reactions they don't even know they're having. Tiny shifts, quiet tells, unspoken signals that whisper, "I feel something here." They mirror your movements. They glance when you glance. They look away when you do. Their breathing starts to sync with yours. This is called mirroring, and it runs deeper than habit. It's something our brains do when we feel emotionally in tune with someone. It's like their body is saying, "I'm here with you. I feel what you feel." Not out of effort, but out of alignment. They don't copy you. They reflect you, subtly, naturally, as if your rhythm became theirs for a moment. They smile right after the look. It's not a staged smile. It's not meant to impress. It happens right after your eyes meet, that little curl of the lips, like something inside them lit up without warning. It's the kind of smile they'd give even if no one was watching. As if the eye contact touched something inside them they didn't expect. It says, "That moment meant more than I thought it would." And they don't say it. They just feel it. And you see it. They seem nervous, but can't stop looking. They fidget. Their voice shakes slightly. They shift their weight or play with their hands. But despite all that, their eyes keep coming back to you. It's a contradiction. Vulnerability meeting desire. Fear meeting interest. It's not just attraction, it's effort. They're pushing through their nerves because being present with you matters more than playing it cool. That kind of nervous energy is honest, and honesty is rare. They look away fast, but then sneak a second glance. This one says more than any conversation. They break the gaze quickly, maybe a bit too quickly, but when they think you're not watching, they look again. That second glance is the one to notice. It's quiet, shy, and completely unfiltered. It's the look of someone trying to protect how they feel, while still wanting you to see it. And that tension, between hiding and hoping, is where true feeling lives. These aren't big gestures. They're not loud or dramatic. They're real, they're raw. They're hard to fake because they're not meant to be seen, but somehow you see them anyway. The person who feels the strongest for you might be the one who avoids your eyes the most. Strange, right? But this is one of the deepest truths in attraction. While everyone's looking for lingering gazes and confident stares, sometimes the most heartfelt connection hides behind a glance that never fully lands. Why? Because eye contact makes us vulnerable. It's a mirror. And in that mirror, we're seen, fully, completely. No armor, no mask. Some people aren't ready for that, not because they don't care, but because they care too much. They feel everything all at once, and looking you in the eyes would be like opening a floodgate they're not prepared to manage. So instead, they look away. They steal glances when you're not watching. They talk to you without really seeing you, because to look would mean revealing just how deeply they feel. And that's terrifying. They don't want you to know how much you mean. Not yet, maybe not ever. But if you're paying attention, you'll feel it. In the hesitation, in the nervous laugh, in the way their eyes find yours. And then immediately run. Because here's the paradox. The stronger the emotion, the harder it becomes to look someone in the eye without giving everything away. It's not avoidance, it's protection. Sometimes, love hides in the places we're too afraid to face. And sometimes, the one who looks away the fastest is the one who would stay the longest if only they felt safe enough to be seen. So next time someone looks at you or avoids your eyes, don't just focus on what they do. Pay attention to what you feel. Because the eyes really can say what the heart is still trying to figure out. Oftentimes, they speak before the person even knows what they want to say. Eye contact is never just a look. It's a moment of human truth, silent, honest, and deeply real. And if this stirred something in you, if you've ever felt that silent pull behind someone's eyes, or found yourself hesitating to look because it revealed too much, I'd love to hear your story. What have you felt behind a glance? What truths have you sensed in a look that words never spoke? Share your thoughts, your insights, or even your questions in the comments, because what we notice in others often reflects what's quietly moving within us. And if you find meaning in these kinds of reflections, you can subscribe to the channel for more psychology, presence, and human connection. Hit the bell so you don't miss what's coming next. There's more to explore. And sometimes, the most important truths are the ones we feel before we can explain them.